Actually, perfect timing because I just completed another lesson, Introduction to Data Types and Data Structures. Just completed it, passed the final test. Very nice. Very nice. That is another one in the books. Look at that. 7 lessons now completed. Get all courses. We're in basic, and now I just completed this. Introduction to Data Types and Data Structures. Now we're into transferring data using functions. I'm sure this is not a long one. 50, 60 minutes is kind of long. And then Introduction to Aggregators, 30 to 40, so that's shorter. And then we got the final exam. So as far as this goes, this first one was 60 to 90, module scheduling bundles. This was 30 to 40, okay. So I would say we're just over halfway, maybe like 52% of make basics. So that's pretty awesome. The only question I missed was basically on data validation. It was like choose all that apply, and I chose 3 of the 4. I didn't know that data validation was partly to ensure data is accurate, because I'm like, well, it's not gonna be able to actually check like if your data is accurate. Like if it's just gonna say like data validation is basically making sure that your data fits within the required data field. So if it's a number data field, like you're not typing in words or strings. So I'm like, that's, how is it going to make sure data is accurate if like you just type the wrong number in, but it's a number field? But apparently that's part of it. I guess it kind of does ensure a little bit of accuracy, but not complete accuracy. So sure. Today was the last unit was on data structures. So my understanding of data structures right now is that data structures are essentially like how the data is formatted, right? It's the hierarchy of how the data is formatted. So maybe it's a collection, maybe it's an array, maybe it's a combination of both, maybe it's just a simple data type. But what is the data, right? But like how is the data actually ordered is the data structure. It's also known as schema outside of make. Data structures are known as schemas. Like schema, like a framework, schematic, how the thing is structured. So we talked about automatic mapping or data transformation, data structure transformation, manual data structure transformation. Basically, like within all the APIs that Make already has built in automatically into their innate software, like their modules that they have that are all automatic, they'll give you the output data structure and automatically transfer into the correct input data structure, just through connecting your modules, as long as these 2 modules are like innate on Make, which they have thousands of innate modules. So they automatically transform the data structure when you're using innate modules. Basically every single module is going to need a different format of data structure unless it's the same application potentially. So like within the hierarchy of how it's ordered, like it's like, say it's a contact information, like first name, last name, email, phone number. That's one data structure, and it could be phone number, email address, like a different name, and as well as different order, full name, first name. Like see, that full name is a different one, but it's actually the first name and last name can be combined and put into the full name. So that's all part of data structuring, and from one module to another, it's going to have to transform into from the output to the input of this, from this output data structure to the input of the new data structure, input data structure. But for when you're using APIs that are not innate on Make, like manual, like webhooks and HTTP requests, then you're going to have to map and structure your data manually, which it didn't really touch on that much. It just said like you're going to have to do this, and it gets into more of it in the intermediate or advanced courses. They've referenced in this data structure course a lot of concepts being talked about more and delved into deeper in the intermediate and advanced course. And right now we're in the basics course, which is not the beginner course. The beginner course is foundations. We already completed the foundation course a while ago. But yeah, another day of Make, another lesson complete. Very nice. We'll start I think it was like transforming datas data types or something like that. No, something along those lines. The next lesson. But today we completed introduction to data types and data structures lesson. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you later. See ya.